My fellow Metonians, I'm Aussie Villain. Welcome to episode 75 of the New York Mets. And today we have our end of season awards coming up very, very shortly. But before that, I do just need to have a quick conversation with everybody. Now, as we know, I have been at the Mets managing here for 5 wonderful seasons. In that time, we have won 482 games, 2 league championships, and of course, the 1 World Series as well. Now, I have decided that next season, my 6th at the New York Mets will indeed be my last. Now, I do not intend to retire from baseball. It is my desire to take up a challenge somewhere else in the world of baseball, though we don't know where that's going to be just quite yet. Now, that being said, I fully intend on making sure that next season is a wonderful, wonderful season for us to end on the highest of highs. We're going to win our 500th game and our 2nd World Series as well. So that being said, let's get on to these end of season awards. Good evening, and let's go Mets. Welcome to the New York Mets end of season awards for 2023. Oh, thank you everybody. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Also, what a wonderful crowd. What a wonderful crowd. Well, what do we say about this season? It was a little bit disappointing, wasn't it? It started so well. And I just think that injuries to some key players at the wrong time really didn't help, did it? Now, as we know, next season is going to be my last at the Mets. And God willing, if we stay fit, I honestly believe with a few additions to some key roles in the squad that we will walk Major League Baseball next year. So that being said, I think the only way to begin the evening is to a big round of applause to the players that did their best. But ultimately, I think we did come up just a little bit short this year. But boys, I'm still proud of you. Well done. The first award this evening is for most wins by a pitcher. And this year, we actually have joint winners for the first time ever. It is, with 15 wins, Noah Syndergaard and David Peterson. The next award is for the highest batting average, and this year it goes to a player that I think, if he'd been fit all year, would have made the difference between us being in the playoffs or sitting here having an end of season awards. And that man with a batting average of .325, it's Eberhard Morlock. The next award is the Golden Bullseye, awarded to the player hit most by pitchers. And this year, as it seems every year, the winner 13 times hit. It's my boy Blue, Pete Alonso. Next up is the Golden Anchor, awarded to the man that drags a team down, the player who has hit into the most double plays. And it's also known as, of course, the Willie Ramos Memorial Trophy. But this year, as is becoming tradition, with 18 times grounded into a double play. Get back up here, Blue, you've won it again. The next award is the Golden Boot, awarded to the pitcher who has issued the most walks. And this year, with 49 walks issued, it's Noah Syndergaard. The next award is the Golden Glasses, awarded to the batter who has struck out the most. And this year, with an impressive 158 strikeouts, it's Michael Conforto. The next award is the Golden K, awarded to the pitcher with the most strikeouts. And this year, as it seems every year, the winner with 234 strikeouts, it's Noah Syndergaard. And the next award is the Golden Broom, awarded to the man who sweeps clean the bases, the man with the most RBIs. Last year, this award was won, of course, by Christian Yelich, the moneybag snake that is. And this year his replacement came in, and he did a decent job with 77 RBIs. It's Seiya Suzuki. And now it's time to award the pitcher with the lowest ERA. And this man has been Mr. Reliable for a few seasons now, with an ERA of 1.83. We missed him in the playoffs. It's Justin Wilson. And now it's time to award the batter with the most home runs. And this year, with 27 balls deposited into the stands, it's Seiya Suzuki. And now it's time to award one of the big ones. It's the horse's ass for this season's worst player. And this year, he missed the playoffs again, but this time it wasn't through injury. It was through just horribly, disgustingly bad form. He's the horse's eyes yet again. It's Matthias Odenthal. Now it's time to award the best pitcher, and as ever, there is a formula for this which you can find down in the description. Now, this year, in third place, it was Luis Tejada. In second place, it was Edwin Diaz. But the winner, as it seemingly is every year, with a score of 76.2, it's Noah Syndergaard. And now it's time to award the best batter. And this year, it was a closely fought contest between three of our best players. Now, again, there is a formula for this, which you can find down in the description. But in third place, it was Eberhard Morlock. In second place, it was Ronnie Mauricio. And the best batter for the 2023 season for the New York Mets, it's Jeff McNeil. And now it's time for the final award of the evening, the Golden All-Star of the New York Mets this past season, the best player on the franchise. Now, it was his first year in Major League Baseball, his first full year in Major League Baseball. He was an absolute revelation. He made shortstop his own. It's Ronnie Mauricio. Noah, you can't win it every year, mate. You've got 4 trophies there tonight. Just be happy for your teammate, would you? Unbelievable. Act your age, would you, mate? Unbelievable. Well, congratulations to Ronnie and the rest of the winners. It's been a sensational evening. Thank you for you in the auditorium. Thank you for you joining me at home. Noah! Jesus, security, get him out of here, will you? I don't care. We'll see him in the foyer. Syndergaard, you're letting yourself down, mate. Thank you for joining me, everybody. We'll see you next season at Citi Field. Take care. I cannot believe Syndergaard's behaviour. That was just outrageous. You think you know a man and... Hello? Oh, hi, Bruce Crab. How you doing, mate? Yeah, good. It was a wonderful evening, wasn't it? Yeah, it really was. What? What do you mean you're retiring? No, mate, come on, Bruce. You don't want to do that. Bruce, what are you going to do if you're not managing the Mets? You're going to play bingo. Is that seriously what you want, mate? I'll tell you what. I'll come and see you tomorrow, sleep on it, and whatever you say tomorrow, then we'll go with that, alright? Alright, mate, you don't want to retire though, come on. Alright, come on, Bruce. Is this seriously what you want? This, every day, for the rest of your life? It is what you want? Alright, Bruce, well, I love you, mate. If you ever change your mind, you have my number, you know where to call me. I'm going to tell you, mate, this place is grim, I will not be visiting. So, there we have it. Bruce Crab, out of the blue, has retired. It's absolutely devastating news. Leave your tributes in the comments, of course. But we are crabless for our final season in charge. You can see a lot has actually happened since, since the end of season awards. Houston, they won the World Series. They beat the Atlanta Braves. We'll have a bit of a look more at that in just a second. You can see we've got a review of our season goals here by the chairman. He's relatively happy. The only thing you can see here for yourself, the only thing he's not really happy about is making a profit, but we're not here to make a profit. We're here to win things, aren't we? So next season, it looks like we're going to improve our defensive efficiency again, have a total balance of 25 million. That's fine. And he wants to build a team to bring home a championship in the next 4 years. So that was issued last season, so we've still got some time to do that, but we'll be out of here before we have to worry about that. New budget, we have 272 million, to spend. The team payroll of about 210 million. Otherwise, it looks like I've had my contract extended, despite myself not really wanting a new contract, but that's fine. Some minor staff leavings, but the big news, and I've done a trade, cheekily I've done a trade before we've sort of done anything else, but we have breaking news, and it is we have a brand new relief pitcher, and I'm very happy with this guy, let me tell you. I do think our bullpen has slipped over the years. We're going to fix that. We're going to fix that starting now. And we have Felipe Vasquez, and look at this guy. That's more like it, isn't it? That's what we want coming out of the bullpen. He was at St. Louis last year, of course, the conquerors of ourselves. Didn't pitch that much. 74 games is actually quite a bit, isn't it? And 77 innings. So never mind. He did pitch quite a bit for a relief pitcher, but I think he is going to make our bullpen a much, much stronger place. So that is really, really good. And what did we give up? I hear you asked to get him in. Absolutely nothing. We gave up Sebastian Espino, who was at absolute best, a AAA player. He's not even AAA, he's AA, isn't he? Where was he playing for us? He was playing A+. That's how, and he wasn't even doing that good of a job there. So I'm really happy with what we've done there. That is an AI robbery, I think, that one. But there we go. The off-season has begun. Now, we have a quick look at other things that we've done. We did have, if we go to, what do we want to go to? Front office and upcoming free agents. We were okay. The main guy we're going to lose here this year is Ahmed Rosario. He's a very good defensive player, and it's maybe a silly thing to do when we need to improve our defensive efficiency. That's one thing that the owner wants us to do. But to be honest, he wasn't good. He had a good year, sort of the year we won the World Series. He fell off last year. We have Mauricio, who's an absolute star now, so I don't think we're going to miss him. And that gives us a little bit of extra money then. Only $9.5 million, but it gives us a little bit of extra money to play with. What I did do, though, is I did re-sign Justin Wilson. His contract was up at the end of this year. He was going to be a free agent. But I just kind of splashed the cash. $6 million. I think he's $8 million is the new contract for him. $8 million for 2 years. He's 36, just turned 36. So $8 million for 2 years. We'll get into sort of 30. That'll be 37, 38. We have an opt out at that point because let's face it, 38 years old. He may have seen better days. But I think that's a really he needs to stay in our bullpen, doesn't he? Because we're a stronger bullpen with him in it. So that's done. If we look at upcoming free agents that are sort of coming in the league when we get to that, and please game, we will see that we want to go to free agents. There's got to be a quick way to do this. Upcoming free agents. I have my eyes on a couple of players here. Chris Sale is up as a free agent now as well. How old is he? 34. The main guys I'm looking at, Lindor as a free agent. Now, I'll tell you what, that could, there's our shortstop, isn't it? We might have he's going to want an absolute fortune, but I tell you what, he wouldn't half strengthen us, would he, at shortstop? We could put Mauricio over the second base. Jeff McNeil would drop it. I mean, they'd be nice problems to have, wouldn't they? So Lindor's someone we will look at, but the man there's extra players here now that weren't there before, but the man that I am looking at here as a potential is Severino here as a startup. It depends how much these guys want, of course, as well. And the other guy is Joc Pederson. I think we really, really did miss not having Yelich in the team. I think he's got to be our number one target because Suzuki came in, did a decent job, but there was a big drop-off between Yelich's numbers 2 years ago and Suzuki's this season just gone. So that's what I'm thinking. That's who we'll have a real crack at. I don't think we're going to be able to get them all. What's Chris Sale on? He's going to want some big cash as well, isn't he? I don't think our starting pitching is that bad. I do think hitting we need to improve, and I think the bullpen needed to improve, but I think we've already done that with that new acquisition. So that's where we're at. We'll continue to play through here. I'm going to have a look at the postseason, didn't we? We'll continue to play through. We will come back for, of course, the Major League Baseball Awards. You can see that St. Louis went out 3-2 to the Cardinals. The Dodgers absolutely smashed Cincinnati. 4-2, the Braves got into the World Series, and it went to a Game 7, and Houston won that. So, ultimately, we went out to the team that went out to the team that went out to the winners of the World Series. So the form there doesn't really look good for us, does it? But there we go. That is the end of this season. Let's begin our playthrough. Let's see what we can do, what sort of magic we can achieve this off-season. All right, thank you, everybody. Thank you for coming out. Now, as everybody is aware, we were absolutely stunned with the sudden retirement of everybody's favorite crustacean, Bruce Crabbe. Now, that has obviously led us on a little bit of an unexpected goose chase, trying to find the man to fill his multiple shoes. Obviously, Crabbe's has 6 or 8 legs. I can never count. But multiple shoes needed to be filled. I'm relatively confident as general manager. Obviously, it's my job that I've found the man to do it. This guy, from what I understand, has been a bit of a miracle worker in the past. And he's capable of just bringing teams back from the dead, which is just, after last season, maybe that's what we need. So, without any further ado, lights. Oh, it's dark in here with no lights, isn't it? Who's touching my leg? Stop that. Stop that. All right, I think we're ready. And, introducing the new Mets manager, Manuel de Jesus. Is it Jesus, or do you prefer Jesus? Jesus, do you think you can perform miracles with the Mets team? Jesus, do you think your best days are in the past? Will you insist on players drinking water, or will you allow the wine? So there we go, quite the coup, I think, to get our Lord and Saviour himself, Manuel de Jesus, as the new manager. I don't know where this is, but he's done a decent job at it looks like probably France, judging by that, isn't it? He seems to have done a good job there. He works miracles from what I hear. So I think he'll do a good job for us. He's just on a 1-year deal, so if he doesn't work out, then whoever comes in after us won't be stuck with him. And that way, if he's good, we can take him with us wherever it is we go. Now, award season has begun, starting with the Golden Gloves. You can see there was no one of ours that got in the Golden Gloves for this year, which is a little bit disappointing, but maybe fair enough. Our defensive players aren't perhaps the best there are going around. But of course, this means it is award season, so we'll just we'll clock through these awards, and let's see. Tomorrow it looks like it's reliever of the year. Diaz has to be a chance for that. So no, Diaz didn't get reliever of the year. He's down there in what's that, 4th or 5th spot. Justin Wilson got in with a mention as well, but it was Cody Allen who won reliever of the year of the Atlanta Braves. Boo. Congratulations to him. Next up, it looks like it is the Platinum Stick Awards. So we don't have any winners of the Platinum Stick Award either, but I think it's absolutely outrageous that Morlock doesn't get there for third base, because he was way better than all of those stats there. Maybe not home runs, but just injury has obviously cost you. I don't know what the minimum games is you have to play in order to be eligible for that. Christian Yelich bastard got in there for right field. But yeah, I think that's a little bit of a disappointment, if I'm honest. I really do think that we should have seen Morlock in there. Next up, it's Rookie of the Year. I don't know if Mauricio is eligible for this, but if he is, it's surely got to be him. Oh, he was second in the voting quite comfortably to Andrew Vaughn of the Philadelphia Phillies. He's pretty good, isn't he? So, fair enough, perhaps. But so unlucky for Ronnie Mauricio. And we had Suzuki in the running there as well, it looks like. So, 2 of the top 6, but we didn't get the gong. Next up is Manager of the Year. I've never won Manager of the Year. Somehow I don't think this is going to be my year either, though. Of course, I'm a general manager, not a manager of the year. I think, did Bruce Crabb win this last year, perhaps? I don't know if there's a way to tell who won it previous years. But anyway, that's why I've never won it, because I'm not a manager. I'm a general manager. Next up, it's Cy Young Award. I'm going to hazard a guess. It's not going to be Tejada this year. Well, no wonder Syndergaard was spitting chips at the award ceremony. Syndergaard's won the Cy Young Award. I didn't think he was that good this year, but obviously he was. How many times has he won that now? Is that his 3rd Cy Young? Is it these ones? 3rd Cy Young Award. He wins it every second year, doesn't he? Odd years are his years, which doesn't bode well for this upcoming season for us. But well done, Noah Syndergaard. I apologise. Maybe he should have been our Golden All-Star. Tejada did get a mention, but I tell you what, I don't think he deserves it. That's the honourable. He won it last year. Don't forget about him. But well done, Noah Syndergaard. He was the Cy Young Award winner for a 3rd year in 5 of our time at the club, which is absolutely sensational. It looks as though the next award is the MVP. I don't know. If it's not Syndergaard, it's no one, is it? Absolutely no shocks here. It wasn't a Mets player. It was Taylor Trammell who won it. Wow, a left fielder. He looks quite good. Is he a free agent this year? Oh, only paying him $6 million. Why don't we have players like that for $6 million? That's unbelievable. Anyway, I wonder if we can trade for him. Let's have a look here. We had Syndergaard and Mauricio right up there in the voting. Well done, Ronnie Mauricio. Really, really proud of him. And the only other one was the Eberhard Morlock. And I tell you what, if he had played all year, I do think he may have got the gong. The plan for shortstop is actually, I'm thinking that Eberhard Morlock could come over and play shortstop if we don't have Rosario. He's not the best, but he doesn't let us down at third base, so there's no reason he wouldn't do the same sort of thing at shortstop, and he's a really good bat as well, obviously. So that's the plan for shortstop. If and when Rosario leaves. So there we go. That is all the awards for Major League Baseball. We will now get to the arbitration hearings. I know they're exciting for everybody, so we'll come back for those. Okay, we have the arbitration hearings that have come in. Let's have a look and see how we've done here. David Peterson, of course, our starting pitcher. He's got a 1-year deal of $4.25. We had offered him a little bit less than that, so he comes out on top of that one. Brian Garcia, one of our relievers, of course. he's got less than he's asked for, which is probably fair enough, because to be honest, his ERA's not great. But he should be better than he is, I think. I'm not quite sure how we get the best out of him, but we'll keep faith with him for now. Villeneuve, who has been an absolute monster for us, he basically got a little bit more than we offered him, but that's fine, to be honest, because he is a star for us. Schreiber, our sick note. Oh, Mortimus. Bad kitty. Come on, just relax. Schreiber is, he's a sick note, isn't he? I don't even know that that's what he got less than he asked for. I don't know if we're going to keep him, to be honest. We don't know if we can trust him to. He should be back for the start of next season. We'll maybe see how spring training goes, but he might be one for the trading block. Colome, he got a little bit less than he wanted. He could be another one for the trading block. If we can get in a good starting pitcher, I think I might look to maybe move him on a little bit. Well, you can't move him on a little bit, can you? But move him on. Zamora is another one. He's another one that just hasn't done it for us. I just feel like we can do better. We have some good bullpen depth now as well. My boy Blue, he gets what he wants. So that's fine. He got a little bit more than what we had offered him. McNeil is just a god amongst men. He actually got a little bit less than he asked for. And I tell you what, I think he's been a little bit ripped off there. So we will take that and run. He's a free agent at the end of this upcoming year. So maybe we could take him with us depending on where we go. Dominic Smith got basically what he asked for, a little bit less perhaps. I'm not convinced if he's going to start this year, if Winnicker's going to come in, because Winnicker's a better defensive player. But we'll wait and see on that one. So that's the arbitration hearings taken care of. Next up, it's free agent filings, so we'll come back and see who's available. So free agents have been filed. We'll start with the international ones. Let's see what we've got here. Right-handed starting pitcher Sergio Ortega. I don't know that he's any better than what we have, to be honest. So we might pass on him. We've got Sylvester Schuck. Do we want another German? I don't think. Not one that looks like that. Out of Mexico, we have a starting pitcher here, Rodolfo Esquivel. No, don't think so. Out of Mali. Oh, no, just for the rareness of it, do we want to sign a Malian? He's not the best, is he? A relief pitcher. He doesn't have much movement, but that's interesting. Didn't know they played baseball in sub-Saharan Africa there. Catchers, we have a Mexican. No, thank you. And we do also have a Czech, and I don't think so. We've got here first base. We're pretty good for first baseman, aren't we, though? He is a good first baseman, let's be honest. 29 years old, though. He only wants... Do we maybe sign him and look to move Dominic Smith on, and then we have a better hitting option? I wonder if we could do that. Let's offer him a contract at what he's asking for. Just the 1 year deal. He wants... we don't have any money to sign any free agents. Well, that's not going to work, is it? We'll add him to the short list, and we might have to... We're going to have to do some magic here. All right. Morty. Okay, the kitten has been removed, and where were we here? That's right, no money to sign free agents. Let's have a quick look here and see if there's anything else. Second baseman, no, it's a bit rubbish. We won't be signing him. Now, an Englishman, no good though. Out of Japan, we have, no, rubbish. Out of Mexico, center field. Oh, I'll tell you what, I like the contact. He's a good outfielder as well. Not much home run power there, but we'll shortlist him and see. I'm annoyed. I don't know what we're going to do in terms of who we can get rid of to sort of free up room for these free agents, because we should have had more room than that in the budget. So we know roughly the guys that are coming in. Now, what does Peterson want? Because this is the guy I want, if I'm honest. Offer contract, he wants 20. That's reasonable, isn't it? Cash, money for free agents. So we need to free up some money for free agents here, don't we? I really want to sign Joc Pederson. I think he would be absolutely stunning for us. But it's going to take some wiggle room here. So leave it with me, guys. We'll be back when we have something to announce. Alright, we've got our man. Joc Pederson is a New York Met. You can see the fans are absolutely amazed by it. Fan interest increases significantly. Easy for you to say. We've signed the deal. Let's have a quick look here at what we've got. A 31-year-old. He's not the best contact hitter, but he is a power hitter, and I do think that's what we've been missing. You see, his average isn't great. His on-base percentage, though, is good. I'm hoping he's sort of like he's a better, an upgrade on Michael Conforto in many ways. He's not as good in the field. We're paying him $24 million a year, but what we're bringing him in for basically is home runs and RBIs, and he gets those for fun. So I think he's what would you say? He's like a worse contact version of Christian Yelich. He's going to play left field instead of right field for us. I think that's a really, really good acquisition. Now, the way that we got the money basically is that I took it out of scouting and out of development. Where here it is here. We took it out of that. So I figured if we're not going to be around next season, why bother mucking around and scouting and developing players basically. So that's where we're at. I'm relatively happy with what we have now. But the only other thing I might look to do is if we can get one more really strong starting pitcher in, and that would maybe mean the end of Colome, I think. So we might look to do that. We'll wait and see how that goes, though. But until there's something else to report, guys, that is it for now. Okay, it's Rule 5 draft time. Now, usually I don't even bother showing this because there's nothing there. But on this occasion, look what is available. Spencer Brickhouse. Love the name, first of all. Why is this guy not in Major League Baseball? He is an excellent defensive first baseman, which we lack right now. Intelligent on and off the field, so he's not going to cause problems in the clubhouse. He's a really, really good hitter as well, and he bats left-handed, which means he's basically Dominic Smith, younger, on less money, and much, much better defensively. I don't understand why he's not already in Major League Baseball, but I tell you what, I'm absolutely ecstatic that I did the Rule 5 draft this year, because we have just drafted ourselves an absolute star. I can't draft player because the roster is full. I tell you what, we'll fix that. Alright, everybody listen up. I need somebody to leave, please. Somebody needs to leave the Mets. One of you crappy relief pitchers, get out of here. Alright, that's that problem solved. Draft player. Did we get him? I think we've got him. Can we go and check, please, game? How do we know? He should be on the roster automatically, right? Because that's part of the Rule 5 thing. There he is. Spencer Brickhouse. Welcome to the Mets. And I tell you what, we have a star. Okay, with Brickhouse in the club, we've moved quickly to get Dominic Smith out. So we've sent him to the Yankees. So, may he rot in hell there, basically. But it's a free agent end of this year anyway. We've got a decent enough pitcher back in return. He's a starting pitcher or maybe a relieving pitcher. Let's see what he is as a relief pitcher. Either way, it's not necessarily one for right now, but I think we'll put him in AAA. There's a really, really good backup there if we need him. Nothing stands out. He's not the best defensively, but I think he's solid enough that we can get by with him. We'll put him, as I said, into the AAA team straight away because I think that's roughly his level. So there we go. That is a little bit of money in the bank as well with Dominic Smith out, but I am absolutely made up with the signing of Brickhouse. What a player he could be for us. That is absolutely stunning. And he's on a minor league contract as well. We're not really paying him anything. Absolutely stunning. Okay, we are at the beginning of spring training, which means our summer, it's the winter, our winter of fun is coming to an end. Now, the World Baseball Classic is on this particular off-season, or this particular spring training. Now, we do have a few players representing countries. Suzuki is representing Japan, Seiya Suzuki. Chevron Newton is representing the Netherlands, which is good for him. Daniel Stefanovic and Ronnie Mauricio are representing the Dominican Republic. Noah Syndergaard is representing the US of A. Conforto is playing for Italy in this one. And then we have Edwin Diaz, closing out for Puerto Rico. And then in Venezuela, we have Luis Tejada and Francesco Alvarez, our young catcher as well. They are both representing Venezuela. Group C is absolutely stacked, though, isn't it? The other groups look quite weak compared to that. I'll tell you what, go Australia. Can we get out of that group with Cuba and Japan and China as well, obviously? I don't think we can, to be honest, but let's not worry about that. Now, let's have a quick look at the squad that we have coming into spring training. This is how I see things right now. Obviously, spring training, things could change. So, obviously, our starting rotation, Cy Young Award-winning Noah Syndergaard will lead us off on that. We're going to hope for a better season from Luis Tejada. He was brilliant first year. Second season, we can see there was a drop-off. We've got to trust that the skill will come through and he'll be a much better pitcher for us next time of asking. Peterson, he either wins or he loses, basically. There's not much in between. His ERA needs to come down a little bit for this year. We need to get back to sort of peak Peterson, but he does a good job for us. He does do a good job. Stefanovic will keep his spot in the starting rotation as far as I'm concerned for now. Movement concerns me a little bit. I do wonder if maybe he's more of a number 5 starter. And what we could do is get a stronger guy in there to take sort of the Peterson spot. So Peterson becomes 4 and Stefanovic 5. As things stand, Colome will continue starting in the number 5 slot. It's the weakness, I think, right now that we have. Pitching out of the bullpen, Diaz will come in and close. He's been absolutely wonderful for us, and hopefully that will continue for this coming season. Wilson is back fit, so he will go as one of the setup men, along with Brian Garcia, who should be better than he is. So hopefully we'll see an absolutely stunning season from him this coming season, the career season. Out of the bullpen, the way I see it right now, Villanez he's been really, really good for us, and I see no reason to change that. Trey Cobb is the iffy guy, I think, the guy that I'm not as convinced by, but he did pretty well for us last year. 26 games, ERA of 250, whip of 1 exactly, so I think he did okay. So I think he's earned his spot there. Bobby Nichols, he could be a starter. He's better out of the bullpen, and I think he'll do a good job out of the bullpen for us. You can see he came in last year and he struggled compared to what he was doing at San Francisco before we traded for him. We'll give him some time to settle in and hope that we see more from him this year. And of course, Vazquez, who we traded for earlier on in the transfer, in the winter trade season thing, he will be a star for us. Of that, I am convinced. So let's hope he does well. I wonder if he was in the Venezuelan team as well. Actually, that's not a name I'm familiar with. He's probably in the Venezuelan team, isn't he? So there we go. We probably have 3 Venezuelans in there. We'll have a look at spring training. The guys are sort of on the cusp here. We'll see how John Schreiber comes back from his injury. He could challenge for a spot out of the bullpen. The other guys I'm looking at here is, I don't think Zamora is going to stick around. I just think he's fading fast. Gillum did a decent job for us last year, so he's a chance as well. You can see though he's not well liked by his teammates, which is a massive con against him. And just quickly here, could we start Anthony Kay? We could. It's another lefty though. We really want a righty, and I just wonder if Simeon Woods Jackson, who we gave a chance to last year, didn't really take it. If sort of second time of asking a year on, maybe he could be the guy that comes in for Colome. I'm thinking more and more that might be the better option there. So that's how the pitching's shaping up. We could do some trades as well. We'll see how that goes. Now, as for the lineups, there's lots of wiggle room here. It's going to come down a little bit to how things work in preseason. The starting catcher, I think Alvarez, his batting is not improved from last year, but I do think he's probably still the number 1, just ahead of Castillo. They've both... why have they both... They've fallen off a cliff, haven't they? What's happened to our catchers over the off-season? I'm hoping that will change. I've just noticed that. First base, Blue will be one of them. He looks like he's kicked on over the winter. And the Brick House will be another one. We've got OSA ratings on. Maybe that's what it is. I wonder if that... Yeah, that explains that. Okay, so that fixes the 2 catchers. There we go. Okay. So, we trust our scouts. Second base... We're going to give Griff another chance. He was poor last year, but he's a good hitter. So we've got to give him a chance. He'll share that role with McNeil, who's just been a star for us every year he's played. Third base and shortstop essentially will be played by Morlock. We know he's a star at the plate, so we'll hope for more for him. Chevron Newton, I think, is going to be in the squad. He may not start every week, but he's pretty good, isn't he? We might have to squeeze him in somehow. And Ronnie Mauricio is the other one that will come in there. I mean, looking at this, I'm wondering if he plays second base, Morlock plays shortstop, and Newton plays third base. But we can play around with that. Outfielders, the way I see it right now is Conforto will be in the lineup, but maybe not play every week. Or every day, I should say. The other guys we're looking at here is Joc Pederson, who I think is going to be a real star at the plate for us. We're looking at possibly Brandon Nimmo as sort of a utility option in there. Suzuki will play right field. We know that he's done well for us. And the other one, it's Alec Thomas that's sort of battling it out with Nimmo as to who is sort of the utility backup guy on the bench for the outfielders. So that's the way we look at things right now. Let me know what you think in the comments. Where do we need to strengthen? Yeah, I mean that's the team we're looking at. I think we have strengthened. There'll be a couple of youngsters that we'll look at in spring training as well. I'll let you know how they sort of go and whatnot when we come back. But we will be back next time on Monday to get the season underway. Now the season proper, it looks like it starts here against Milwaukee. So we'll be at home. We'll get the season underway, our last season at the Mets, underway at Citi Field against Milwaukee. And that, of course, unless something's happened. That's not that's where we got Yelich from. Where did he go to? He went to Colorado, didn't he? Anyway, that's all for next time, guys. If you have enjoyed this, don't forget to hit thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. I've been Aussie Bill, and I'll see you next time for a brand new season. Take care.